Welcome back, guys, to the Laugh and Death podcast. I'm a little sick, but it's okay. It's just allergies, allergy season. We're okay. Welcome back to the Laugh and Death. Welcome back to the Laugh and Death podcast, guys. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Alex. I also have David and
What's up,
Fern alongside me.
Hey.
And we're just going to talk about some stuff today on the Laugh and Death podcast. I know we've been missing a little bit, but let me just get this out of the way. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Laugh and Death Podcast. Check us out wherever you listen to music or podcasts on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you might listen to a podcast. Look up Laugh and Death. Check us out on youtube.com/Laugh and Death, or just search up Laugh and Death Podcast on the YouTube search bar. I need to clear my throat. But yeah, we're back. We're here. I know a lot of us are dealing with different things with this coronavirus event, epidemic, whatever you want to call it. But I kind of want to catch up with you guys, with David, with my co-hosts here, with Fern. How are y'all holding up right now?
Good, man. I'm fully stocked on toilet paper. I just need food now.
I'm all out of chips, but I'm good.
Nice. A lot of our emergency snacks.
I legit have 4 rolls of toilet paper. Legit. And you know how much I shit. If y'all know anything about me. Hey, no, I want to touch on that. I want to touch on this.
Yeah, you do.
Look, so yesterday, the whole day, I went the whole day no nut. I'm trying to no nut COVID shit. You know what I mean? I'm trying to no nut it. I'm gonna try to no nut it for real though. So I'm challenging myself. I'm challenging you all out there during this quarantine to save the nut.
Yeah, save your energy. Save that protein.
You never know if we're gonna shit hits the fan, and you're gonna have to save some of that explosive energy within you to, I don't know, fight off these COVID zombies that are gonna attack us. Speaking of zombies, I wanted to talk about something real quick. Did y'all see that video of somebody at a grocery store has toilet paper on a pallet, like rolls of toilet paper? Somebody dubbed the video and they put like the sound of zombies from like Call of Duty Zombies, like as they're getting the toilet paper. So all you hear is like people taking out the toilet paper rolls.
Oh no!
Yeah, because everybody's like losing their shit over toilet paper for their ass. But I mean, a piece of me is like, it'll be fine. Another piece of you is like paranoid, like, holy shit, maybe I should have bought some shit to last like a month. Because
so much hearsay online. People are like, oh, they're gonna shut down the government. Oh, they're gonna do this. They're gonna enforce martial law. And then somebody I know was like, oh yeah, you all should start stocking up on ammunition in case shit hits
Jesus
the fan.
Christ.
I'm like, what the fuck? In case somebody tries to break into your house to get food and necessities. I'm like, Jesus. Like, I never thought about home invasions and stuff like that. So, like, I've added a few cameras to my house. So now that I have, like, that smart home thing, I got rid of this old security system. Now I have a new one, and it's even better. So, like, the second it detects motion, it, like, starts to ring, and it's just fucking dope. But,
shit.
Yeah.
But what you don't see is that a gun is strapped to each camera, too, so it just pulls a trigger.
Yep, it's a turret.
Holy shit.
So,
nah,
yeah, I'm just a little paranoid that with people being violent when it comes to... You know, when people get desperate, that's when the worst comes out in people.
Yeah, true. I feel like we should be okay, but that's also me always trying to think of the glass half full. But unknowingly, the other half of that glass is COVID-19. No, but I just want to. I don't know. I don't really have anything. I'm up here alone right now. If anything, at this apartment, my brother went down south to the valley to visit, so I'm up here alone, and I kind of bought some groceries and stuff, but. Dude, I'm a pig, and I've been, like, drinking beer, so I've just been having the munchies all the time. So I've just been eating everything.
So what was on your grocery list when you went to Target?
Well, because I had some food already, like some frozen food stuff, but I had no bread. So I got some bread. But when I went the first time, they had nothing. So I got, like, you know the popular breads everybody gets? All that was left over was, like, that extra shit, like It's like 6 slices. Yeah, the rye, the fucking Petridge Farm, fucking
the
random
$7
shit.
bread.
Yeah, the $7 bread, bro. That's what I got. I got that, and then I got the like those English muffin fucking. I'm looking at them right now. The English muffin bread things, but it's the one that's like 100 calories each. I'm like, bro, I need all the calories right now. Give me the bad shit. I need
Why
to.
don't you nut on your bread?
No.
I told you I'm trying to save the nuts, bro. I'm trying to save the nuts. And then I needed eggs, so I got eggs. I got eggs for sure, but some of them were broken. But I was like, fuck it, there was no other eggs.
Dude, imagine somebody having to buy like the most expensive things of everything, and then after this thing is over, they're like, "Fuck, I can't go back to the cheap shit. Like I'm bougie now."
Right? Yeah, I know that fucking luxury life of food.
Yeah, I saw somebody like paying $20 for like a 12-pack of Fiji water at Walmart.
Oh my god, dude.
I saw those pictures of like the whole shelves empty of water stuff, and the Zani was the only one still there, like full. And then like people, even when people are desperate, like they don't like the Zani.
No shit.
It
I
tastes
don't know what's
funny,
wrong
dude.
with it. Yeah,
It tastes weird. It has a little.
Yeah, it does.
When you drink it, you go after. It's not right. Yeah, you go.
Yeah, I fuck with that Aquafina. That shit crisp as fuck. That Aquafina, bro.
I just do.
That's what I have right now because I went the second time I went to Target. I was walking around with the shopping cart, and then I literally see somebody pull out a pallet of Aquafina and they put it in the middle of the floor. I'm like, oh shit, dope, like a brand new fucking thing. And I went to go grab one. I'm not saying I was the first one, but there was other people getting some, so I got one. And as I walk away and I get into the line, and then as I get into the line to self checkout, whatever, I hear a manager from Target, I guess probably because they have like a walkie and they're walking past me, and I hear them say there is a guy putting 6 packs of water in his shopping cart of the Aquafina, and she's like going that way, like that's not gonna fucking happen. I'm like, oh shit, in my fucking head. Wow,
dude, I went
shit's
to
getting
Walmart
crazy.
a few nights ago, and we're walking by, and they had pallets like in the middle, and the employees are there cutting through the boxes, and there's like a crowd of people around them, like as they're taking toilet paper out, people are grabbing it like out of their hands, right? And so they were like, all right, let's just go into the aisle and start putting it up. And I'm like, okay, cool. So like I follow them like a good person. I don't reach in. I don't like, because people were like, as they were opening boxes, they were grabbing the boxes and taking stuff out. And so like I had seen that there was bleach there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need bleach to sanitize stuff and just everyday necessity bullshit, right? So I go and I follow them, like, and the guy opens the box and he starts to put it on the shelf. I'm like, hey, can I get one of those? And the guy just throws his hands in the air and walks away. I'm like, I understand you have a job to do, but that shit's selling faster than you can put it out. So quit your bitching. That's how I look at it. But like, also like, you're making your fucking money, and I understand like you all are gonna close in like 30 minutes because they close early now. So I don't know, man. I just feel bad.
I guess I don't know. Yeah, they would just want to give a fair chance to everybody, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I wasn't being aggressive about it. Not like everybody else.
You're doing that pose with like you're touching your fingers and your feet are like pizzas, like, and then you're like, can I have one of those?
The Hinata pose from Naruto.
Yeah, I was being patient about it, but these fucking savages are.
Yeah, but real quick, if you don't have any disinfecting wipes or anything, 1 part bleach, 20 parts water, that helps with disinfecting, like a homemade disinfectant.
Now I just need to buy bleach and water. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
It got so like people were getting so desperate that when I went to that same time that I was at HEB, there was a guy standing in the aisle, right? And his wife was like, let's go, because they were like restricting like limits on Lysol and like the Clorox wipes and shit. And he's like, wait. And the wife's like, let's go. And he's like, I'm a chemist. I know what I'm doing. Like, let me buy what I need to buy. And she's like, leave it alone. Yeah, it was just, it was dumb.
He's a chemist. He's like Walter White.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining. I'm like, he's gonna go make meth in his house.
Breaking COVID. Sorry,
for real, dude.
Bad joke. No, yeah. So I guess like within this quarantine thing, I don't know if y'all saw. Like, I'm thinking of this because it's like relevant to what's happening. I know a lot of people are probably just chilling at home, staying home. Hopefully, a lot of people are staying home and they're trying to stay busy. Watching Netflix, doing whatever, or people who have to work from home, same thing. working from home, you know, accomplishing whatever they have to do. But since I get to just stay home and like watch stuff, I've been watching a bunch of shows on Netflix. And I recently actually saw this thing on Facebook, and it's called Netflix Party, where you can like if you click this thing, it's like a part of Chrome, the Chrome browser. If you go to this link, you can kind of host like a conference call, but I guess you watch the same Netflix show with your significant other, a faraway friend, for like distance socializing, and you can watch the same show online through the Netflix Party.
Like
and I thought that was
app
pretty cool.
or something.
I don't know. It's just called Netflix Party, and I'm guessing it just like I guess it queues the show for everybody at the same time, so everybody can watch at the same time, right?
Yeah, and it has a chat function in it, so if you want to like type stuff out, you can talk about it. You can.
Oh, that's dope. Yes, I kind of saw that, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I want to do that with my girlfriend. That'd be fucking cool. But her connection where she lives is shit, so it's not like she could even load shit up.
Hey, guess what? My connection's awesome, so if you want to invite me to watch something, I'll watch it with you.
Nah, I'm good, dude. Anyway, let's move on to the next subject. Nah, so within this whole thing of staying inside and watching shit, I've watched like 5 different shows already. All of them. The first season, I saw the entire first season in one night of this show called Gentefied. Have y'all heard of that?
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch it. I just never had the. I mean, now I have more time, but I just been laying around. Like,
yeah,
is it good,
dude? It's really good. Yeah, it's basically like a play on words of gentrified, but for a Mexican American, like Chicano, I guess. It's like in LA and stuff where it's based, but it's a series, and it's basically it's like the inclusion of equality of all types of people. You know how there's shows of like I guess the white version show, I don't know, not to say white or black version show of something where it's like there's inclusion of all kinds of people in life, you know. Well, it's basically that, but through amongst the Mexican community, like Mexican American community in LA, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you kind of have all these different flavors and styles of different people and stuff. But it's really good, dude. Like I there was 10 episodes and I legit cried 3 times. Like, but I'm also a little bitch. So I cried like 3 times, dude, and I fucking love the show. Like I want more of it. It's like really good. It's a really good show. I recommend watching that, Gentefied, on Netflix. And then I also saw it's like 3 volumes, but it's called The Chef Show, and it's with Roy Chogi and the guy from John Favreau. Yeah, the one
Favreau.
from he plays Happy in Spider-Man. Yeah,
wow,
so it's them
the
two.
Disrespect.
Why did I say disrespect?
Well, because he's like, he directed the first Iron Man movie. He directed the new Lion King movie. He's like the producer and like creator of the Chef Show. And he's just Happy from Spider-Man. Nah,
that's how I know him, dude. That's how I fucking know him. I don't fucking know anything else.
I know.
Damn, dude, killing the vibes over here, big chungus. Nah, but he fucking. No, it was legit. It's legit though. Like I watched the whole thing. Like it's fucking badass. Like I'll make food while this show is on. It's about food and shit. Like they travel everywhere and like look at different restaurants and stuff and cook different dishes. And I'm making food, watching the show, eating the food while I'm watching people make food or eating food. Like it's my favorite fucking thing in the world. It's fucking awesome. That's another good show. If y'all want to watch that, it's fucking awesome. Even though I don't know his fucking background. Sorry, Fernie.
I've been watching that. I saw the episode where it's Tom Holland from Spider-Man.
Who's that?
The Spider-Man, like the guy that plays Spider-Man.
Oh, Tobey Maguire. I didn't see him in there. That's weird.
That's the true Spider-Man. I forgot. But no, yeah, he's in an episode with them, and it's it's really good.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And Tony Stark is in that bitch too. And even like the directors, there's other directors or co-director or producer of the first Iron Man, and then like Avengers and stuff. They're at that same table. Yeah.
The Russo brothers.
Have y'all recently seen anything or had the chance to watch anything?
I've actually been watching Dave on Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
Yeah, it's a FX show, but now that all the Fox like shows are on Hulu, I've been watching it there. And I saw the first 2 episodes. It's pretty good.
It's with I don't know his real name, but Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been seeing a lot of promotion about it, and I want to see it, man. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, I feel like you would identify with it in some sense, just because it's like the music scene and trying to make
I thought
it.
you were gonna say because I have a little dick.
No, and try to make it as an artist, like, and
Yeah.
It's like people are not taking him seriously when like they should, and even himself just being the way that he is,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks awesome. I've been wanting to watch that. David, I know you said you've been watching My Hero.
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
I was making fun of everybody at work because everybody's talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, Kuchiman," or whatever the fuck their names are, and I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking bullshit," right? So,
Wow.
I thought it was like a little kid show, and then Steve was like, "Nah, man, you got to give it a shot. Like, it's really fucking good." So, I gave it a shot, and like I marathoned season 1 in like one sitting. And after that, I was hooked, and so I binged it in like I want to say like 2.5 weeks. So I'm currently all caught up on season 4, and I even made it to the freaking movie in theaters because I got so addicted to it. And man, it is so freaking good. It's like, it's drama, it's action, it's fucking
dude.
Like to the
most
core.
like
It's so good.
Because I haven't seen it in its entirety, but I've seen a lot of different episodes of different parts of seasons with my friends and stuff. I need to sit down and watch it. But a lot of like animes, I mean, like fucking Naruto and Trigun and all these animes, they have really great storylines, and then they have all kinds of, they have drama, they have comedy, everything is like a perfect balance. A lot of them, at least, and I would give them all a shot if I could.
Yeah, season 4, bad guy. No spoilers, but his name is Overhaul, and he is incredible. One of the best villains like ever written, I believe. Like, I love it. He had so many layers, and he was freaking like you sympathize with like every villain in the show because of like their backstory, and like I love that they spent like they'll give everybody their own episode to be like, all right, this is why they're important, and this is how they tick, and this is why they what motivates them and drives them, and like I love that stuff. The character development in it is incredible. I can't praise it enough. It is so good, and I feel like an idiot because I'm a freaking 33-year-old man watching like a cartoon.
No, man.
But like, man, I can't get over it. Like now, I want everything. I want all the products. I want everything.
Nah, dude. I'm in my head. I'm like the people that create these shows. I mean, I don't know. I think you might think too deep into some stuff sometimes.
I mean, it's because I'm a
judgmental
asshole, and I like to make fun of people. And the fact that I like
bought
I
into
got
it.
bit by the I got hooked into it. Now I feel like, oh damn, because like I'll see like, especially when I went to go see the movie, there was no kids in the theater. It was all adults, and they were all like 30-somethings. There was even a guy there who looked like he was like 45 years old, and he was there with his dad. Unless it was his lover, I don't know. I'm not going to judge, even though I was judging.
2020.
They were together, and they like enjoyed it. And they were walking out, and they're like, "Oh, I like how the pathos and ethos of the characters." And I'm like, man, like this guy actually gave a shit about it, and that was really cool,
dude. I always feel like it's specific movies that have to do it for me. You know, like I guess it has to be a really good movie. You know, that lump in your throat that you get from watching just an intense scene or something, or just something really dramatic, or in a scene of some type of movie or something. Like in the My Hero movie, I felt that when like in the fight scenes and stuff of just like how intense they portray, like don't give up and like push your limits and like do that. Like I constantly feel like, oh my God, dude, like it's so intense for my body. Like it's that type of feeling where like I almost want to cry, but I'm like, no, they're gonna make it. Like it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I fucking enjoy that.
It hurts you when they do fail, and yeah, man, it really got me. You know what actually like gut wrenched me? I finally got to see. I know we talked about it like on our last episode, maybe the 2 episodes ago, but finally got to see 1917. Dude, what the fuck? That movie was incredible. Like,
yeah. Fucking I have to watch it.
Dude, it's on demand now. So that's what pissed me off, because like I saw it in theaters, and like I want to say like 2 or 3 days later they were like, "Oh yeah, check it out on demand. Now you can stream it."
But it was good. It's good in theaters. It's the whole surround. Like I just like in the theater, it's a different feeling for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's dark in there. You get, you know what I mean? You get your popcorn. You know, you fall asleep like David for like 30 minutes of a movie. It's fucking dope.
20,
dude, you know what I mean?
$20 to rent this movie.
To rent?
$20 for 1917?
Yep.
Oh my God.
And real quick, like now that movie theaters are closing down because of like the corona.
Dude, they're closed for 2 months, dude. That's the beginning of freaking the summer movie, like craze.
Well, some studios, like I think it's Universal that's doing this. That The Invisible Man and I think some other 2 movies, like they're gonna put them on demand for $20. So if you want to watch those movies that are in theaters or should be in theaters right now, you can rent them for $20 and watch them at home. And it's kind of like giving me the idea that like if this thing is successful, they might do that for like other movies later on,
which I believe they should do. I love theaters, and I like going to see movies that I want to see in theaters. Like I don't go very often, but when I do, it's like something that it's like a must see, right? And I want the best possible way to watch it, either Dolby or IMAX or whatever. Like I don't skimp out when it comes to that stuff, but I wish everything was day and date, like online, like stream it.
Yeah.
Everything's a la carte. Like I wouldn't mind that.
Not that I don't have anything to my name and shit, but like I guess in the future, if I ever had a home, like have the home theater, you know what I mean? Like the nice little setup, like that. At that point, I'd be like, yeah, that seemed more my speed.
Yeah, I just want a room that doesn't have windows.
True. Yeah. I feel that. That's why I like the home theater. You know, make something in the basement. You know what I mean? To hide your evidence, jizz on the teeth. You know.
God damn it.
Yeah, damn, dude.
No, but I guess another thing I want to talk about, what that I've been doing off with this off time. It's only been 5 days for me, but I've been playing the new game mode of Call of Duty called Warzone. It's called Call of Duty Warzone. It's for the new Modern Warfare that had dropped. And so in Call of Duty, when they dropped it, it was just multiplayer, you know, team deathmatch, domination, all the good stuff, headquarters. But a revamp on the old classic from PS3 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And in the past, I was a big fan of multiplayer, stuff like that. But before this, I was playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout, which is the Battle Royale mode, which is like the free-for-all type shit on one map. And then with this game, I got real big into multiplayer again, and I didn't think they were going to drop the Battle Royale mode. And the people were like rumoring it. And then it was an actual thing, and I'm surprised it was. But now, if it's just some differences, I guess, that I can compare to the other Battle Royale mode of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, is in that one was 100 people to a total map, and this one it's up to 200 people. And this map is supposedly 4 times bigger than the other map. Like, it's massive, dude. It's insane.
Is that the free one? Or is it?
Call of Duty Warzone. I think it's free to play right now.
Yeah, I just downloaded it. It was only like 10 gigs, but like I want to check it out. But I'm not very good at like Twitch-based shooters.
It's fun. It's a very different, like the physics changed compared to like previous Call of Duties. I don't know, it's a different feeling. They try to add more realism, I guess, to the feeling of, and they even have like in the settings you can change like the way when you shoot somebody, and like the sound and the feeling I guess you get from downing that opponent. There's different settings. There's the new Modern Warfare setting, and then there's classic and all this stuff. And the new one is insane, dude. It's like realism to the max. Like it's weird.
So you're saying they changed all like that stuff? That makes sense, because like I kept dying, and it never happened before. I just finished eating some popcorn, so my hands are like slippery.
It
makes sense that I'm always dying in this game.
Yeah, the physics changed a lot, and I mean, also it's if you're playing online, it's cross-platform, so it's like anybody can get in. Like I've Xbox players, PC players, and I know for a fact, like unless they're beginners, PC players are kind of like killing it, because they're I guess just their graphics and sensitivity is just better. Because I'm playing on the base model PS4, the first one that came out in 2014.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I have it on that, and then like an old ass fucking monitor. So not to say that people have an advantage and shit, but I just suck, But it's a fun game regardless, and legit been playing it in and out for the past 5 days. Between that and making beats, like I've just been making music, playing games, and just chilling at home, dude. Like it's a good little vacation over a vacation that I already had. That's what I've been up to specifically with the games. Have y'all played any games recently with this time that y'all have?
I just been playing League of Legends again, a lot more because I stopped playing. I'm trying to rank up as high as I can before the break is over. And they have this other little game within the game. It's called Team Fight Tactics, and it's kind of like a strategy game where you pick your characters and then you put them out on the field, and then you watch them fight each other, and you have to find synergies within like characters in there. But they recently released it for mobile, like yesterday. Oh, sure. So I've just, like I said, I'm sitting at my computer and now I'm just laying on my bed playing this game.
That's sick.
Oh wow, that's dope. Dude, I'm in a weird slump. I feel like I'm in between games, kind of like. I haven't been able to concentrate. So, I've been playing Assassin's Creed 4 on my Switch, and then I just upgraded my Xbox One to the Xbox One X. So I'm like just future proofing myself in case I don't get like the Series X anytime soon. And yeah, I mean I have all these games and I have a list, and I'm even subscribed to like the Xbox Game Pass, and I have a huge back catalog of games that I haven't played. And I can't get into it, dude. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I'll go and I'll sit down and I can't get into a rhythm. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
That might be like the equivalent of like, I don't know what to call it, game block. But I've had that feeling with games, and like I want to get into something and then it doesn't work. Like I purchased Metal Gear Solid, the Phantom Pain. Is it the Phantom Pain?
Yeah.
I had bought that one and I played a little bit of it and I didn't continue, and I still have it, and I'm like, fuck it. It was fun, but I don't know. Like, I didn't get into it. Like, it's the same thing with, like, sometimes I have beat block where, like, I say all day, oh, I fucking love making music, and I sit on the computer and I don't make shit, and I get bored of it, and I'm like, man, fuck. I think you just got to give it time sometimes.
And it's because I have new hardware, so, like, I have my 4K TV, like,
damn,
it's fucking decked out, and then I have the frickin' Xbox One X that runs everything in 4K or up-reses to 4K, so, like, everything looks incredible, and I'm like, fuck, I really want to play this. I can't get into a rhythm, man. I can't get it. Like, I'm trying to play Forza. Nope, not my thing. Trying to play some other, like, first-person game, like Setsuna, something like that, something or other. And then I have my PlayStation 4. I just bought a brand new PlayStation 4 controller. Nothing, man. I can't get into it. I might even play something older, like I'm tempted to get back into the Metroid Prime trilogy, which I've had on my Wii U. I have it connected. I haven't given it a shot yet, but I might do that after we get off this off the podcast.
Also, recently my girl, she visited me up here last week, and on the last day that she was here, before she left, we went to this there's this place in a city called Frisco. And it's called XSVR, and they basically it's a hosting place for virtual reality. And they have like different stations in there where you can put on the virtual reality headset, and they have different games and shit. And she had been telling me because she's been watching people play Beat Saber. Have you heard of that?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was talking about last time with the VR thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, we fucking played it, like both of us. It was pretty fun, dude. I was like, it was fun, man. It was really fun. It's just weird. In my head, it was funny because like, you're in this dark like room, and the stations are separated they're divided by walls, but it's open on the front. And you put on this VR headset, and there was a shout out to this guy. He was real nice. It was an Indian guy who was like, I guess working there, like I guess his shift or whatever. And so it's just me and my girl there. There's nobody else there. We put on the headset, and you kind of have to like be quiet to yourself. But like the whole time I'm playing the game, I'm smiling because it's like a new experience. I'm like, what the fuck? Like these controls are cool, you know? And in my head, I'm like, this guy's just chilling there. Like, he's not far away from us. He's like 4 feet away from us, just at the front door. Like, he's probably just like there, like has to kind of like, you know, turn his shoulder not to really pay attention to us, but we're there at the same time. Like, it was kind of funny thinking in my head because I'm just there like waving fucking these controllers around and shit with in the virtual world. I'm breaking blocks.
How many videos he has of people just like doing shit in VR?
Yeah. Yeah. And then we played this game, and it was a multiplayer game that me and my girl played. It was called like some archery game, and you fight off like waves of ogres and stuff. You like kill them with arrows in the virtual world. Mm-hmm. And then we switched to a game where like it's the same game, but within the game you can fight against the other player. So my girl, but we switched to it so fast that I don't think she knew what was going on. So I was killing her, and she's like, dude, and she yelled out like into the real world. Like she was like, dude, she's like, stop your shit. Why do you keep fucking killing me? And I'm like, it's the game. I'm like, you're supposed to kill each other. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, don't cuss, bro. Chill the fuck out. She's like, stop your shit. I'm like, oh fuck.
Just getting way into it.
Yeah. She was pissed as fuck. But it was fun, man. It was pretty
So
fun.
what do you think of the
regardless.
immersion part of it? Like, did you, after a few minutes, were you like entirely into it?
Yeah, after a few minutes, I was really into it. I guess because I got the smaller station, and I'm a like tall dude. I remember a part of me like trying to hit the block on Beat Saber, and I smacked the fucking wall to the left of me, dude. I was like, oh fuck, I'm sorry. But other than that, it was pretty fun. We played for an hour each, and it was like a happy hour thing that they had. So it was like in total together, it was $48, so $24 each person for an hour. It was not bad. It was pretty fun though, and the guy was telling me, yeah, we host Beat Saber, because Beat Saber is their biggest thing. He said, and he says we host Beat Saber competitions, and he's like, legit, like this place will be packed with people playing Beat Saber, just hanging out, and he's like, it's also like BYOB, like you can come hang out and stuff, and I don't know, it was pretty cool, man. It was a pretty fun experience that I've never done before.
That's badass.
I mean, I've done VR porn, but I haven't done VR games. You know what I mean? So,
Well, soon enough, they're gonna do the VR graduations. Did you see that thing where like a school in Japan? I think it's like elementary school, like you know how they graduate from 5th grade or whatever. They did their whole ceremony, graduation ceremony, in
Holy
Minecraft.
shit. Oh shit! For real?
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
they all joined the server, and then like they set up the whole, like they built the whole like gym or whatever, wherever they're gonna have the auditorium, and started doing the ceremony
That's
like that.
crazy, dude.
And I told my sister, because she's graduating this year from high school, and I was like, hey, so I'm gonna have to buy you like a webcam or something so you can attend your graduation.
I don't know if any of that stuff's happening, dude. That's what's everything's being delayed and stuff. Like I know there was a official email from UTRGV saying like, hey, graduation's been not canceled but postponed till the fall. That's if it doesn't get merged with the like Christmas or the fall graduation. So they're like they're debating on what to do, and like, man, like yeah, if you think about it, like some people aren't even taking like qualification tests, like the STAR test, to like even graduate. Like all that shit got waived.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
saw
like,
that.
man, they're releasing all these like kids that don't have like half a year, or they need a few more years of or months of experience to graduate, and they're not going to complete that, which is crazy to me. Like I don't know if the TA said anything about like if this pandemic or epidemic were to end, like in May, are they going to make these students go to school in the summer?
Oh no shit, right?
Like they could just say like, all right, make up your time right now, and then you'll get like 2 weeks off, and then go back in August. I don't know. I'm just thinking like worst case scenario.
Well, I know some schools are moving to like online classes, but I don't know how that would work for like elementary kids or even like middle school kids. Maybe high school kids can make it work somehow, you know, but
Well, dude,
I don't know.
I'm hearing from a few of my friends that are like high school teachers that, dude, everything's on the iPad. Like every class has an iPad. They're like, all right, these are your handouts here. Go ahead and start filling things out. And so like they're basically not really learning anything. They're watching like videos and reading like PDFs on the iPad, because that's where their curriculum's coming from. So there's like really no point in them actually going to school anymore. Really.
see, that's the kind of thing I was talking about. How like some businesses are doing like work from home stuff, and it's basically like office jobs, you know. And I wonder how many businesses are gonna look at that, like just be like, hey, we don't have to fucking rent out a building so that everybody can be at. They could just do the work from home, and we'll pay them the same, but we're gonna save money on utilities and like.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll probably have to see if there's a rise in productivity.
Yeah.
If that, like, you know, if people working from the comfort of their homes, they probably have to look at that product, that the rise of productivity through that, and then maybe make a choice. But you're right. Either way, they would save people money for that.
And
but there's also like I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I saw people on Twitter posting like, because I know there's people who are like extroverts and they want to be social and around people. Like that's how they cope with like mental health and stuff like that. So there's that aspect too. Like some people who they want to be around others and like they kind of crave company and like socializing with other people. So I don't know. That might be an issue.
Yeah. But I think that's the thing where like when people were like, oh, we should stay home and stuff, and yes, you should, but also it's okay to go for a walk at the park as long as you don't touch anything that you like, it's not disinfected or anything, and you still keep your distance away from other people. I've been seeing a lot of pictures of like neighborhood kids or like even neighborhood dads and moms like sitting around in a big circle, like the whole 6 feet away from each other thing, and talking,
Legit, like the day before yesterday, I went to a fucking trail over here that I went to with my girl, and I didn't take a camera at the time, but I took my camera and I went around, like just shot random photos and video random stuff just because I was bored at the house. So I went out, and there was some people out there like walking their dog and walking around. But yeah, I mean, doesn't mean the world completely ends. You can still find something to do.
Yeah. I just don't I don't get the mentality or like the reason why you would want to put yourself, I don't want to say danger, because I mean, I'm pretty sure they can withstand it, but like all those people going to the island and partying in spring break and doing all this stuff, going to clubs where you just like
it's
ass
like
to ass with each other.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Have y'all realized how filthy people are?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and even myself, like I'll be at work or doing something, and like I'll touch something like gross, and I'll like use hand sanitizer or go wash my hands, and like moments later, like I'm sticking my fingers in my mouth or I'm rubbing my face or my eyes. I'm like, wait, like it's been a few minutes since I've done that, but I know I've done like gross things in between. Like I realize like how much I touch my face, like after the fact.
Yeah. Straight up.
It just grosses me out to think like, fuck, man, like people are filthy, and then the fact that the virus was spreading, or this disease was spreading so rapidly, like it really like hits home, like when you think about it. And like just the other day, like Steve was like, I was arguing with Steve, and he was like, you want some gummy bears? I'm like, yeah, sure. So he gave me some, but one fell on the floor, and it was like sitting there for a little bit. And so I walked by to go pick it up and throw it away. He was like, nah, man, pass that over here. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. So I gave it to him, and he ate it after it had been sitting there for like a few minutes. And I'm like, dude,
I bought some new shoes, and I put them on, and I've been using them, and now they're fucking dirty as fuck. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He thought it was the 5-minute rule.
I'm like, people are filthy. Like people step in dog shit, or people like you're stepping in motor oil when you're in the parking lot. Like when like like there's a million things that are on this floor, and you just ate it. Like no big deal.
One thing I do, of course, we always have to like mention is like the meme culture of everything happening all the time. So like seeing some that say like if you ever drank the original Four Locos, you're immune to the coronavirus or some shit. So I'm good, guys. I'm good. Shit like that. But oh man, that's ridiculous. I mean, I remember when as a kid, like just as an example, we used to, when I would skate and shit, we used to go to like through the alleys of San Benito, like downtown San Benito, just ghetto ass like alleys and shit. And they had fucking fountains like the Llaves and shit, and they had like legit like rust and like mold on the sides of it. And we would just drink water from the fucking from the fucking Llave, dude, like straight up. And I mean, in the past, it was like nothing, it doesn't fucking matter. Like water from the Manguera, you know what I mean? But that shit, I don't know. Today I wouldn't do that shit for some reason. Like it's weird.
Yeah, dude, I don't even drink tap water. That's how grossed out I get.
No, I don't. I don't fuck with tap water either.
And that's.
I mean, I'll cook with it. Like I'll cook with it because at that point you're boiling it anyway. So.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't fuck with tap water, and I feel so like first world problems. But I don't know, man. I just can't deal with that taste and tastes like
Yeah, the taste is
blood and nickels.
God damn it, I'm an American.
Bought it.
But basically, that's what I've been doing with my time. Have y'all looked into anything out of this whole pandemic as far as like, I don't know, I guess we kind of touched all the things of like, I don't know, there's there's conspiracies over this shit. There's all kinds of craziness.
Yeah. I don't even want to repeat stuff like that I've been seeing because it's just like
Right, yeah.
people are
feeding
just
the fire more.
yeah, people just latch onto something or they see something on Facebook and then they're like, "Oh, my buddy's mom knows some guy in this thing and like he said that this is going to happen." And it's just like, where's your sources? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
They're being like
especially-
Trump at that point.
Yeah. And at this point, like, why did toilet paper have to be like the hottest commodity right now? Like, who said like, oh, get your toilet paper now or you're never gonna get it? Like, and now
No
it's gonna
shit,
get
right?
now it's just being
it's so
ransacked
weird.
and shit. Like, you know, that had to have started with from somewhere. I don't
Like,
know,
dude, as long as there's running water, take a shit, run your water under the run your water under your ass. Run
the
your
hose
ass
from
under that water, baby.
Get the hose from outside. You know, it's a working man's bidet.
That's it,
Speaking
man.
of bidet, like 3 weeks ago, before all this quarantine shit started to pop up, I had told Barbara, and we had it in our Amazon shopping cart. Like I told her, like, hey, let's order a Tushy like bidet. Now, congratulations, everybody! Tushy bidets are going to show up in your feeds going forward.
I'm down.
And we
didn't look into it.
We were gonna order it, and it was only like $78. And like I was like, this one has really good reviews. Like it's gentle, and there's like a warming setting if you wanna
Ooh.
like plug it in and all this bullshit. So, we were looking into it, and then yesterday I'm like, hey, we should order that bidet just in case shit hits the fan or we run out of toilet paper. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. Go ahead and order it. So I go in there, and it's like earliest availability, April 23rd, 2020. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Everybody has the same idea right now as getting bidets and to wash their ass.
Bidets are on that rise, baby.
For real, man. It's sad. It really is sad.
Do you guys have any like bright sides of this thing?
The economy is going to blow up once everybody's back, and everybody can go out to malls and especially if we get that stimulus check that Trump's trying to get approved.
I've been seeing a lot of conflicting things about that. Like, first it's like that they want to do 2,000 and now it's 1,000, but now they can't do it because the Democrats are opposing it. But then the Democrats put something through it, then the Republicans are opposing it. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, the money's never gonna happen. And if it does happen, it's gonna be watered down to like, we're gonna give you $100, a pack of toilet paper, a pack of cigarettes, and like a lighter. And you take it.
If that's the case, that's socialism. But I mean, if they do, and like I'm seeing a lot of like hate online, they're like, oh, all these Dems and all these liberals are hating on Trump, but they're gonna accept that $1,000 check. I'm like, yeah, we'll just fucking donate it to Biden.
Yeah,
like complaining about everything. I'm like, well, why shouldn't I, or why can't I complain?
And even on the same token,
It's my
like,
fucking tax dollars.
yeah, and even on the same token, those are the same people that are like, wow, Bernie wants to give everything away for free, but then you're gonna take a check. Like, you see the hypocrisy there, like. But either way, like whatever helps us, whatever helps the economy, whatever helps everything, I'm okay with.
The bright sides that I've been seeing, or I think in my head is, I feel it's like for those of us who aren't in the midst of this as far as like career or job wise, like, and we're being compensated and stuff, like to not go to work and all that stuff. For some people, I guess, like they're getting a break for a little bit. You know, because some people have desperately, I think, needed some type of break away from just work, man. Just constantly thinking about that. And I think if they're staying home with their families and where they can, because a lot of people that I know are like truck drivers or they work at the grocery stores that are feeling the biggest impact right now in all this stuff. But those other ones that are able to, you know, take that break, like that's cool for them.
It's
you know?
definitely
I know,
humbling people.
For sure. I would also say like there's also the other side of that coin of like some people aren't being compensated and like they're not going to be able to pay for certain bills if this continues the way it continues, and that's also that's kind of like the downer on it. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I try to see it the bright side, where I can. For
Yeah,
people.
I mean, it's gonna do a lot of things are gonna happen to the economy. Like, I want to say that it'll bounce back and like in a really big way once everybody's able to go back to work. But the thing is, depending on how many people get laid off, that is going to create a huge candidate pool for people who need jobs, and that's going to be scary. Like getting a job is going to get really hard if this goes on another 3 to 4 weeks. You know?
yeah. I think I saw in one of the press conferences they had that. I mean, and again, it's like a lot of information is out there, and sometimes it's just a prediction, like they don't know exact numbers, but I think Trump said like something between like July and August is when everything's gonna go back to normal. But that's if everybody does the social distancing and quarantining themselves and doing all the stuff that
doing. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like I don't know. Like a lot of people from Italy are just chiming in on Twitter, like, "Hey, take it seriously because this happened to our country." Like, and then during the debate, like the Democratic debate between Bernie and Biden was like, "Oh, Italy has what's it? Public like universal basic health or whatever it's called, free healthcare basically." And they still didn't save them, and it's like, well, yeah, but because the system was overloaded, like the hospitals were overloaded, like that would happen regardless of whether it's free or not, like, you know, because people didn't take it seriously. And that's what I was telling people, like, just look at how many people are fighting for toilet paper right now, and then imagine that with hospital beds or like medicine and stuff you need if you don't take it seriously, and everybody gets sick at the same time. Like the whole thing is to like quote unquote flattening the curve, which is like the amount of people that get sick at one time. You wanna, if people are getting sick, you kind of want to spread it out over a certain amount of time so that hospitals have enough room and the manpower to take care of everybody. But nobody's listening.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of, because okay, so I've been kind of dumb about it, but like every day I've been eating out, but like I'm picking up and like coming back home. You know, I'm not like staying at the restaurant, but. I mean, shout out to all those restaurants that are actually like just drive-through only or whatever, because they're actually like keeping the economy alive and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm all about the social distancing. That's just my thing.
Yeah, me too.
I was a natural
Definitely.
introvert.
Recently, to add to this social distancing thing, that meme that says, "Oh, when you have to self-quarantine, but you realize your lifestyle is literally a self-quarantine," because I'm not doing anything different. Like, I'm literally like. This is like, I love being in the humble abode. Every now and then I have to go out, you know, and like take in my sunshine and like my fresh air, but I don't need it all that much. So I'm just here like crafting the beats and like playing games. Like it's the same old shit that I do, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm like thriving in this environment.
Yeah. And as far as my bright side for this is the environment seems like a little bit more cleaner in these places where it's really been locked down, like in China especially. Like I think within the week it is just like the carbon levels in the air were like down, like I think it was like 70%. And it's just like what the fuck, like out of nowhere it just cleared up. And I don't know if you've seen those pictures of Venice. Like I can't picture like the rivers in Venice or the little waterways that they have like a different color than like black or like dark, and now it's clear.
Shit.
Yeah, they were saying that geese and dolphins are actually returning to Venice. They hadn't been around there in the longest time, and now that things are clearing up, that the environment is stabilizing. They're starting to see those animals come back. It's crazy.
Yeah, and more fish and stuff. I think the dolphin thing was from a different city, but yeah. It's bringing back wildlife,
Yeah.
And maybe it's not gonna continue the same way it is. Like once it goes back to normal, people are not gonna be like, oh, see what we've made. Like we need to be more careful with their environment. Of course not. Like people are gonna go like fucking crazy, but just for a little while, it reminds you of like the way things could be or can be.
Yeah, true. I guess before we move on from this subject, I personally want to do like a shout out to like the people who are working amidst all this and like feeling it the most, the in the grocery stores, on the road, the city workers, the
Doctors,
the hospitals, everybody like dealing with that. Cause like, just for example, my girl's dad, he's a truck driver, and he's been like kind of vocally talking about what he's going through. So like I looked it up, but like the average truck driver is expected to travel between 2,000 and 3,000 miles per week. He just put in over 5,000 miles this past week from all of this, like, and he's been transporting like the goods to the grocery stores and all this stuff, and like it's crazy, man. Like a lot of people are feeling this, and the people who are feeling it, you know what I mean, the most, and like they have to work through all this, and even more so work past their limits to just supply the demand and provide for everybody, in need. Shout out to them, man, because they're really going through it.
Yeah, and not to get more into politics and stuff, but like it kind of did like open my eyes to like the amount of work that like these people do, and for them not to be getting paid like accordingly. I think a lot of places are trying to, or a lot of activists are trying to get like grocery store workers and these places that are still considered essential to stay open, like hazard pay, because they are risking their health.
True.
Being out there, and some companies are just like not giving a fuck.
Like, did you see that quote that the Adidas CEO said? He's like, it's a lot easier for people to close down, but it takes strength, determination, and drive to keep your stores open. So all the Adidas stores stayed open except for ones in Simon Malls. But yeah, that's insane. Like, can you believe if your CEO said that? Like,
you're gonna run away from the virus? Fuck off.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous, dude. Damn,
it's fucking it's insane. All right, so moving on to something I wanted to talk about is something I've had in my back pocket for a while. I wanted to play a game of Never Have I Ever with you all, and maybe the audience too, whoever, all 40 of you all that are listening.
Yeah.
So here's the catch. Typically, you would give yourself a point if you have done something, but the rule is you give yourself a point for each thing you have not done. And so it's only 20 questions for Never Have I Ever, and I'd like for you all to elaborate if you have or have not done anything, or if you have any funny stories. So let's go into the first one. Y'all set?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so remember, give yourself a point for each thing you have not done. So keep track on your all's ends, all right? So never have I ever skipped school. I've skipped school before. And actually, it wasn't really skipping school. It was my senior year, and I had like half days. But I helped people skip school.
Dude, I got chased by a security guard on a golf cart while I was skipping.
Where? Like, you were close to the high school or what?
Yeah. Our high school used to be like open now, has like a big a fence around it, and there's like a HEB right behind it, and we were just like leisurely walking away from school, and then I hear look back, and it's the security guard on his golf cart like chasing us down, and we ran all the way to the HEB, and then ran past it because apparently that HEB also like they basically turn in all the kids that get fucking caught skipping there. But yeah, it was fun. That's the only time I skipped.
I had never skipped school all my whole life of school until like the last 2 years of high school, and I was just like, it was bad, man. Like the reasons of me doing it, like
I mean,
It
what was
just
the
bad.
plan? What did you all do?
I
when
would,
you all
dude.
skipped
I would when I skipped school in like my senior year and junior year. I would legit like it's like it was just dumb. Like it was just kid shit. I would wake up early. I would never wake up early for school, dude. And I would wake up early as fuck, like 5 a.m., go to my friend's house, and we would just smoke weed all day. Like we'd wake up early and smoke weed all day, and like legit, we'd be like, all right, we get ready for school. We would want to go to school, and then we'd be like, nah, fuck that. Let's just fucking stay here. We just all day smoke, dude. And then I'd go home, reeking of weed, and I'm surprised I never like got in trouble like with my parents and shit.
Your
Like-
mom's like, Miko always keeps passing that skunk on his way home.
I know, right?
So,
No,
like,
and then, huh?
go ahead.
No, like legit. And I'm not gonna name any names, but like if they listen, they know. But when I would go to this friend's house, legit, dude, I'd be there like at 5:30 to 6 a.m. in the morning, like the sun's still barely coming out, and his grandfather, bro, would be in the kitchen reading the newspaper with joints rolled up. And he'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Alex? He's like, you ready to smoke?" Like he would chill with us, and like we just talk. He would talk about like his stories in the war, like he was a Marine and shit. And he has pictures of himself like overseas smoking hash and shit, like just crazy fucking stories, man. It was insane. So I would just stay around for that. I'm like, dude, that's so cool. Like, I don't know. I really got to. I think that was one of the first times that I really felt like a passion for like wanting to know somebody else's story. Like nowadays, I really like to know where people are from, who they are and shit. But I guess that was one of the first times, like if I look back now, and he would just greet me like, "Hey man, here's a joint. You want to hit it?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm down." So I would just do that. It's fucking funny.
So when we skipped school, like we actually had like an idea of what we were gonna do, but we didn't do anything like we were like, oh, it's not obvious what we're gonna go do. So we would go to like GameStop or Toys R Us or the mall. And like I can specifically remember the song every time I hear "Hey Ya" by Outkast or like any of the Blink-182 like self-titled album.
Oh,
Those
dude.
songs take me back to those days of us skipping because we would just loop that over and over and over again. And like we would walk by Claire's at the mall and they were playing "Hey Ya," and it was just fucking. I get super nostalgic just thinking about it, but it was super cool. All right, so next one is never have I ever broken a bone. I've broken a bone, and shout out to my cousin Irenio. Back in fourth grade, it was like the last week of school, and it was just like recess days and like like field days out in the, they just let the kids go out into the playground and shit like that. So we were out playing kill the man with the ball, or the people call it smear the queer. So. We were throwing this football around, and I was standing at the bottom of a slide, like a 12-foot slide, and they threw the ball, and I just picked it up. And when I caught the ball, I just heard "get him," and so I threw the ball straight up into the air. And when I threw it in the air, my cousin was standing at the top of the slide, and he jumped down and landed right on top of me and broke my collarbone. And so I was pissed, dude, because they thought I had broken my arm, so they put a sling on my left arm, which was going over my right collarbone, which is the one that was broken. So I was just like screaming in agony. And so they took me to the nurse's office. I had like a mouthful of dirt from hitting the ground so hard, and it was just terrible. And like we were supposed to go camping like a week later, not even, like maybe 2 or 3 days later, to Garner State Park. And so I had to wear this stupid like bra, like back brace for like 6 weeks. And so we were out in the river, and they told me no swimming, no this, no that, no like physical activity for 6 weeks. And I was like, what the fuck? So thanks for ruining my summer, Daniel. I hate you.
Never got over it.
Nope. To this day.
I haven't broken a bone. I've just fractured my knee, but it was
Is that from like sports?
Yeah, it was like a little hairline fracture. Like it wasn't anything too big.
I've broken 3 bones. Once as a kid, I'm gonna try to make them short because the first time was my left wrist, and I was hanging out with my brother. And when I was a kid, dude, I was like in elementary.
Just jerking it.
I was like in 3rd grade, dude, and I was hanging out with my brother, and I was always trying to tag along with my brother because he was older than me, and the neighborhood kids were all his age, and I would try to hang out. They were climbing the shed in the backyard, and I'm like, I want to get up here. My brother was like, dude, you're gonna fall. Like, you're gonna fall. And the story in my head is that I got pushed, but the story in his head is that I slipped and I fell. But like either regardless, I fell off the shed. Of course, I fell and I fractured my left wrist. And like it was all messed up, dude. Like, and my brother was hiding me from my mom in the backyard. She went out to tender the clothes like on the line to dry them before we, back in those days. And she was drying on the clothes on the line. And he was hiding from mom. He's like, dude, don't. I'm like, I was just sobbing, like, dude, my hand's broken. I was all like that. And he's like, dude, no. And then I guess he's like, fuck, I'm going to have to show you to mom because we have to take you to the hospital. So showed me to my mom. And then they were like talking to us like mad. Why don't you show it to us? So I was just still there with a broken wrist for like an hour getting the speech. And I'm like, can I fucking go to the hospital now? Like, what the fuck? So left wrist once. And then I broke my right collarbone skateboarding. Revelation with David. I had to wear that stupid fucking clavicle strap for the same amount of time. I have it in my ID of my driver's license where I'm wearing the clavicle strap. Broke my right collarbone, and then like 3 years later, I broke my left wrist again, dude. The same left wrist, I broke it skateboarding again. Like so fucking stupid. But yeah, 3 bones.
All right, cool. So, never have I ever fired a gun.
Nope. I got 2 points.
Wow.
Yeah, I've fired a gun. I have a few guns at my house, and I've been around guns for most of my life. I want to say since like I was like 10, 11. My brother used to take me out to like the monte, and we'd go shoot like just fish in the canals and ducks and stuff, and it was pretty cool. We just go out there with our 22 or whatever and just shoot things. And I have a few handguns that I go occasionally, maybe once every few months, to go to the shooting range just to keep my keep in step. So both of you all haven't fired guns?
No, I've only fired 2 guns, but I don't have any guns. I fired a shotgun, a fucking massive ass shotgun, and then
That
just
counts.
a handgun.
That counts. Cool. All right. So never have I ever done drugs, and I can honestly say I have never done drugs.
Actually, technically, Tylenol is a drug.
You son of a bitch.
I've never done drugs.
Me either. Wink, 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 wink.
I've done drugs, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, me too.
Done
All right.
handful amount.
We'll just keep it short, I guess.
I don't
never
need to
have
talk
I
about
ever.
that.
Never have I ever been in a limo. I've been in a few limos before.
Have I been? No,
Dude, all those quinceañeras back in the day,
That's
those
what I'm talking
limo
about.
central, dude.
I've
I
never
think-
been in a limo.
I think I've been in 2 limos. One was for my brother's wedding when we got escorted. We got escorted in a limo, like literally, it's like 2 blocks away, the church. And
Might
that
as
was
well
like
walked.
the most fun. And then the other time, I just sat in there because we were waiting for somebody. But that was it.
Dude,
I didn't.
Dude, I remember for one quinceañera, we were like, "Oh, we're gonna take a ride in the limo." I was like, "Cool," and I thought maybe we were just gonna drive around. Nah, the guy brought us to the outlets, and we were just like, "What?" He's just like, "Go walk around, and, like make
Have a
people see you." Yeah, and I was just like, "Okay." So it was just like us kids with this one limo driver. He was just like, "Yeah, I'm just dropping off at the outlets. I'll be back in 10 minutes." Came back like 30 minutes later.
God damn it.
That's cool. And like, I used to make jokes when I was a little kid that every time we saw a limo in the valley, it was probably George Lopez. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I'm like, oh, it's probably George Lopez.
But it was really Ramon
Wow.
Ayala.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So next one is never have I ever gotten a tattoo. I don't have a single tattoo. I want them, but
Dude, come on, dude. I've seen it.
shut the leave my tramp stamp alone.
I do want one, but I haven't gotten one yet. My mom says she'll kick me out of the house and disown me, and I'm gonna burn in hell if I get one. So I'm just waiting for the right time.
I do have 2 tattoos.
I was trying to see what the one on your arm was. What is it? It just looks like a line.
It's just like, it's really small, but it's a machete that my grandpa used to wield. I got it for
okay.
him. Yeah, after his passing, basically. That's what
Okay.
that new one is. Yeah,
I want to see.
it's called a wingaro, the machete. It's like a specific shaped machete. It's like mainly in that area of Mexico where it's found.
Cool. All right. So never have I ever ridden a horse.
I've ridden a
I've-
horse.
What are you?
Oh, you mean yeah. I've been on a horse.
God.
What about you, Alex? Have you ever been on a horse?
Yeah, I've ridden a couple horses and a donkey as well.
Nice.
So you guys want to go see a donkey show?
Yeah, I've ridden a horse. My uncle had one at his ranch, and I used to go out there. And there was no saddle, so we just like bareback that bitch.
Hey, fuck yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I was at a birthday party.
Oh wow, fancy birthday party! So you all have crab legs for dinner, and then you go to petting zoos and ride.
It was one of my neighbors back in the day.
baller.
He was the horse.
Damn.
All right, never have I ever sung karaoke.
I've actually sang karaoke one time it wasn't. I don't know if it's legit. Like it wasn't at a restaurant or anything. It was at my friend's house. Like they had karaoke, and I stepped up to do it, and of course I fucking sang a Johnny Cash song.
Oh.
That counts.
Well, okay. What's your go-to karaoke song if you had one? I've never sung karaoke, but I think I have one in mind.
I don't know, because I don't think I know enough of like. Because in karaoke they typically have like well-known songs to have the lyrics to it and like the instrumental version of something. And I don't know. I actually wouldn't know what I would do because I don't think I know enough music that's like all the way through. Like I don't know the complete lyrics of certain songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would sing 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20. That's just like my go-to. I love that song, and I know every single word to that song. So, I'd
what
go
about
to that, but I would never
KRS-One?
karaoke.
No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck that.
I think I would do like early Maroon 5 or like Mr. Brightside by the Killers.
That's a good one. Those are good.
Yeah.
Would you count karaoke as like performing on stage? Because
No.
I've sang
dude.
songs on stage before, but with a group.
I think it has to be like that screen, and because otherwise you're just performing. You're not doing karaoke.
Okay, yeah. So then I get a point because I've never sung karaoke and I never would. I don't. find
Whatever,
that fun.
dude. We can make the rules up.
All right, next one is never have I ever gotten a ticket.
Oh God, dang.
Dude, I got lots of warnings, but never a ticket.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
I've
been
gotten, sorry.
No, I've just gotten lucky with that. You got on how many?
I've gotten like 5 tickets.
I've gotten pulled over like once a year since I was 21, but I've only gotten 1 ticket.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, 2 tickets. I got one in Katy in the parking lot by. It was funny because the officer that pulled me over, his last name was Hogg. Officer Hogg. So I was just like trying my best to like.
Not lose your shit.
Yeah, not lose my shit.
Yeah, dude. I've gotten like 5 tickets to where I think the last state, it was a state trooper who stopped me. The state trooper who stopped me and gave me the ticket, he said, if you get another ticket, he's like, there's a possibility you'll get your license suspended for a certain amount of time. So he's like, so chill the fuck out. He's like, so stop getting tickets.
All right, so never have I ever been arrested. I can honestly say I've never been arrested. I've never put myself in that situation. I did go to a party once in high school where my friends. Okay, so we had gone to this party and there was this a bunch of people, like seniors and juniors and stuff, all out like throughout the house or whatever, and I smelled someone smoking weed. And so I got so paranoid that I told, like, it was me and my 3 other, like, best friends that we were all together. And I told them, like, we got to get out of here. People are smoking weed. They're doing drugs and all that stuff. So they all started freaking out. And they're like, okay, fine. And so I got to the point where I was so annoying to them. They're like, all right, let's go home. So we went home, but those assholes dropped me off first. And then they went back to the party. And so on Monday, when we went back to school, everybody, all the popular kids were like going up to them like, hey, what's up, man? Cool to see you at that party. And I'm like, dude, we were only there for like 20 minutes because we left because I was like being a pussy about being caught with like weed and stuff like that. And so I find out that party had gotten raided, and a lot of people had gotten arrested, and my friends had gone away, and like everybody was like, "Yeah, you guys got away. Y'all are so cool." And ever since then, like they were not my best friends after that. It fucking sucked. But yeah, I've never been arrested, but I've almost been at an area where people were getting arrested.
I mean, if you want to count that.
I'm not gonna count it. I'm just saying, like, it was a funny story.
No, yeah. It just like how fucked up it was. Like, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go home, and then just like, fuck this guy. Let's just go back.
Yeah, dude. And they did that shit to me, so I honestly never forgave them, and it still bothers me.
Yeah. Well, Fernie.
I got arrested. Oh, I almost got arrested once trying to make friends with the drug dealer at a rave that I was at, and he was like getting searched and stuff, and we just had the same shirt, and I was just like, "Hey, man, we have the same shirt," and the cops just like, "What are you doing? Like, get away from here!" And I was like, "No, we're buddies. We have the same shirt," and I was just being dumb and annoying and just getting in the way of him doing his job, so he almost arrested me for that.
Yeah, basically, I've never been arrested. Same thing, like in your experience. We were skating as a kid. We were skating on top of an abandoned library, and it was me, Josh, and Lupe, name dropping, because nothing. They're good now. They're fine. Nothing happened. We were just kids. We were skating on top of this roof, and I was filming Josh do this fucking drop on top of this roof. And then as Lupe gets up on the roof, I get down, and literally like a movie, I set my feet on the ground, and I hear the cop sirens pull up. Two cop cars pull up, and they tell me to sit down and be like, hey, don't go anywhere. And I was like, fuck. And Lupe gets down. He gets put in handcuffs. And then Josh literally jumps off the building, and he tries to run from the cops. And he yells out, where's my board? And he had thrown it down before he jumped. And I actually had it. And I'm like, I have it. And he's like, fuck. And he walked back, and they both got arrested. And then I got picked up by my mom. So I'm fine.
Wow.
Whoop, whoop. Let's go. Sound that police.
Yep.
All right. Never have I ever gone ziplining. I never have, but I would totally do it.
Yeah, me too. I wanna do like that, that long ass one where it's like through the jungle and shit. Like, I don't know. That seems pretty cool.
I have gone ziplining once in Mexico, and it was pretty fucking scary. And if you hadn't heard on a previous episode of one of our podcasts, I actually talk about the entire story. And I was so nervous before I did it that I legit had to take a massive dump in a random little like outhouse on a mountainside in Mexico with no toilet seat on the toilet and like no toilet paper, legit, like no toilet paper. And because of how nervous I was, but I put a GoPro on my helmet and I went on the zip line, and it was a massive zip line, dude. Like, I have to show the footage soon, but I have gone ziplining.
That's dope. All right, next one is never have I ever been on TV.
Oh, no.
So I've never been on TV, but in this new age, I do have one video on YouTube on my old first YouTube account that has 41,000 views. I don't know if that counts. No, it doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count. I've been on TV twice, and I was an extra in the crowd. So News Channel 5 used to do this. I can't remember what the segment was called, but like every Saturday morning or Sunday morning, they would show competing high school. So like they'd have at Chelsea versus like Edinburgh or Mercedes, and it was like a trivia like type show. So like they would take the brightest minds from both schools and they put them against each other, and be like they'd give them math questions and history questions and pop culture questions. And it was really cool. So I sat in the crowd, and I was just like an extra. So they were like, all right, now we're going to pan to the crowd. And whenever we pan towards you, we'll show you this card that says like clap or like cheer or whatever. And so like, yeah, I was on 2 episodes of that. And Barbara actually competed on there. So it was really cool. She was on TV.
Dang. That's dope.
Yeah, that's nice.
That.
Yeah, so. Okay, so never have I ever been on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise, but I would totally go on a cruise, but not after this whole like Corona outbreak thing where they have people on this quarantine on a ship.
Corona cruise.
Corona cruise. with only Corona.
Have y'all
to
ever
drink.
been on a cruise?
No, I've
Yeah.
never been on a cruise.
I've been on boats before, but never on a cruise.
Yeah. Now I've my brother's been on a cruise and he went ziplining on this stuff like, and he was showing us videos and it looked really fun and cool. But now with this thing, I'm just like overthinking all the things that I like took for granted before. Like there's people that left on this cruise ship and it's like, oh, we're cool, and then out of nowhere, the whole boat is in quarantine and they can't find places to dock, and I don't know, it must have been a nightmare.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, I've never been on a cruise.
All right. So never have I ever gotten a piercing.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I've actually in high school I pierced both of my ears, and it didn't last long because the principal made me take them out.
I for some reason, I don't know why, I didn't think of ears. I thought you were gonna say I pierced both of my nuts, and I was just like,
What the fuck? No, yeah, I pierced both of my ears, and I'm gonna do it for sure. But I'm gonna pierce my nose and then one of my ears hopefully soon.
I remember like for the longest time in high school, gauges were the big thing, and I was just like,
Right.
I just want some gauges. I just want some gauges, and I'm just like, good thing I didn't do that.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
I really wanted that, like especially like working where we do, and
Yeah.
like them being open and to it and allowing us to do that stuff. I was like, man, I'm gonna get them as big as possible. But thank
Yeah.
God I never pierced my ears or did anything.
Right.
Like
Not because it looks bad or anything, but it would look bad on me.
I think it would look bad on me too. Yeah.
I did buy some like cheater gauges.
Oh yeah.
So they're magnets. I got them off Wish, and so like they look really cool. But the thing is, like, I think the magnet's too powerful that like
Hurts.
it makes my ears turn like blood red because of the pressure, I guess.
Dude,
And so yeah,
I actually want to pierce my left ear, just the one, because there's this in Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball Z, I already told my girl about it. There's this thing called fusion, where two different characters, they fuse together, but they have to wear these rings, one ring on the left, one ring on the right, and they're called Patara rings, and they're the things that kind of they have the energy of doing the fusion. So I'm gonna get one of the Patara rings on my left ear because I think it's dope as fuck.
And then your girlfriend's gonna have hers in the right ear.
Nah, she's like, I don't. She's like, that's fucking dumb.
I just want a piercing.
She's like, fucking do it. I'm like, all right, what?
I just want a piercing to be like Bob Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bob Bunny.
All right, next one is this one's kind of vague, but I will accept both answers. So never have I ever smoked.
Damn.
Yeah, I've never smoked weed, but I have smoked cigarettes before, and I did smoke a cigar like last week or a few days ago actually.
Nice. I've smoked plenty of
Yeah.
things.
God,
Yeah. Oregano.
Too many things, bro.
Catnip.
Nah, I would say I've smoked like 5 things, and that's it.
Well,
meth,
how many?
crack, weed,
Double
Because there's
weed.
different forms of like hallucinogenics.
wax.
So I've smoked salvia. I've smoked wax. I've smoked weed. I've smoked cigarettes. Spice.
And everything nice.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is never have I ever met a celebrity.
Ooh.
I've met a few. I've met a lot actually.
So because I've met when I went to the hip hop show in Corpus, I've met Atmosphere, the producer and the rapper. I met Slug and Ant, and then, but I don't know what status that might be.
Yeah, I think this would be subjective because I think I have like there's people I look up to or like I admire, so they'll be celebrity in my eyes.
Dude, I actually have a autographed picture of Kane, the wrestler. I've met him and I shook his hand.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, I met
That's
Kane.
dope.
I've also met I met Nigel Houston. I've met Nigel Houston, Chris Cole, Felipe Gustavo, and Mikey Taylor in one sitting because we were at the Waffle House in Houston for a skate show, a skate demo, the Johnny Romano Skate Foundation, and we were in Houston, and me and my friends went to a Waffle House, and legit, like while we're eating, these like 5-6 pros walk in and sit right behind us to wait for the diner to open up so they can eat, and we turned around like, what? Like, we were just like, "What's up, guys?" They're like, "Oh, what's up?" They're like, "You're going to the demo?" We're like, "Yeah, man, we'll see you there." They were like, "Cool, man, we'll see you there." It was fucking insane. It was insane to me, like that I got to meet these pro skateboarders. I don't know if that counts, but
Yeah. See, that's badass. Like, I went to the UFC Expo, and I met a bunch of pros. Like, I got to shake their hands and stuff like that. But my one big moment was, like, John Jones was walking away, which he's, like, the light heavyweight champion of the world right now. He's been ever since as well. So he was walking by, and I took my lanyard off, and I waved it at him. I'm like, I was yelling at him, like, how's the love feel, champ? How's the love feel? And he looked at me, and he, like, reached out, and he grabbed my lanyard. He signed it, and he gave it back to me. So I was like, oh, that's fucking badass. Like, he didn't have to do that, but that was cool.
damn, that's sick.
And then, like, I'm related to Valiente Rodriguez, who's the guy who played Ernie on, fucking, what's he called? On the George Lopez show. Yeah, and so that was cool. I also met Rico Rodriguez and Rainy Rodriguez from... Rico's from Modern Family. He's like the little chubby boy, the Mexican guy. I saw one of his movies here. They premiered it at the Edinburgh movie theater before they turned it to AMC. That was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So I met him, and then I met his sister who played like the Mexican girl on Ally and AJ on Disney. So
Shit.
that was really cool.
That's
yeah, I've met quite a few celebs. Nobody like too big, no A-list or anything like that.
Yeah.
But people that are important to me, you know.
Yeah, I mean The Rock hang out every now and then, but that, I mean.
All right, so the next one was never have I ever been skydiving.
Oof. Nah, I've never been skydiving.
That's a point for me because I've never done that, and I want to, but I'm too big of a pussy.
I know, dude. That shit's scary.
No, yeah, I wouldn't do it for sure.
My brother has skydived.
You see, I want to do it. Like, I think I need to put that on my bucket. It's on my bucket list for sure, up there with midget wrestling and.
Dude, fuck.
I've done that.
My homie Juan has oh, you've already done you've seen the midget wrestling. My homie Juan, he works at the Ford Arena in Beaumont. He's like an event coordinator, and he's been recently. He hosted. They host it like every other month, I think. Or I feel like because I see him snap about it all the time. But there's midget wrestling there at the Ford Arena.
I took it as you wanted to wrestle a midget. I was like, what?
Oh no. But yeah, it was dope. Me and Roy, I told him like, dude, I have to go. It's on my bucket list. It was like $10 like cover charge. It was here in McAllen. I'm like, we have to go, and we went. And I'm glad I went because I had a blast. And me and Roy set the tone for that night. And I want to take full credit for that because we got there and they were like beating each other up. And every time they slammed each other, me and Roy were like, oh. And so everybody in the crowd was like getting into it. So then when they started beating each other up with like pool sticks and garbage cans, like everybody was into it, like yelling at the top of their lungs, like, fuck him up. And it was fucking dope. I had like the best time.
That's dope.
But yeah, never been skydiving. But yeah, that's on my bucket list for sure. All right, next one is never have I ever had a one-night stand. The awkward silence is...
No, I've had a few.
I've never had a one-night stand.
Yeah, I've had yeah.
All right, moving on. I know I didn't get a point, so. All right, next one is never have I ever skinny dipped.
Never.
Yeah,
neither have I.
Nah, I'm too nervous of it. I'd have to be alone.
Nudity in general freaks me out. Like I was traumatized as a kid. Like going to the island. We would go as a family, and we would go over to the pavilion, and we would hang out, right? You'd go, you get wet, go back, eat your bologna and Dorito sandwiches.
Hell yeah.
You know, and like, dude, and those fucking sandwiches hit harder when you're like sun like bathed.
They get all sticky in your mouth, just like, you know.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Wash it down with
breadsticks to the top of your mouth.
Wash it down with some like Capri Sun.
Hell yeah, or some like some of those HEB like flavored Cokes, like the pineapple.
Or dude, the Hill Country Fair.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, those fucking sandwiches smack. Well, I remember going to the restroom once to go rinse down or whatever. My dad's like, here, go ahead. And like I walked in and there was like naked men everywhere, and it traumatized me that I'm not comfortable at all with nudity, and I'm not that. I know, Fern, you were an athlete, so you would have to. I don't know if you have to, but you have to like bathe or whatever, and the locker rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've never been naked in front of another man, nor do I want to.
Neither have I.
So skinny dipping in general, not my thing.
Yeah, I'm just really insecure with my own body, so yeah, I don't fuck with that shit that much.
Nah.
All right, and the last one, which I know we've done this all together. Never have I ever been drunk, and yes, I have been drunk.
Jesus
so we're not
Christ,
getting a point
man.
for that.
Yep.
Which we need to get drunk as soon as Alex comes back.
I
Hey,
thought you were gonna say
and-
like those what's it called, the jerk off circles. I thought you were gonna say that we've
Circle
done
jerk?
together. A circle jerk.
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go.
No, we haven't gone skiing in a while.
Just to be
So
clear,
that was it.
we haven't done that.
So have you? All right, that's your word over mine. I'm just kidding. So what was your all's tally? Did you all keep track of
The things we haven't done.
the game?
Well,
It's the points for things we haven't done, right?
Have not done yet. I have 10 points.
Damn,
So
bro.
I have not done half of these things,
Oh my god!
I got
which is good.
I have 11.
Wow, what the fuck? I have 3.
3 things that you've never done.
Yeah. What the fuck? It's never been in a
Dude,
limo,
you're
never been arrested, never
Dude.
skydived.
You are trash.
Yeah, straight up. What the fuck? I'm really having to second guess my life choices now.
For real, man. All right, so if you all were playing along at home, please leave your messages in the comments or hit us up over at youtube.com/laughanddeath or on our Instagram at laughanddeathpodcast. We are accepting DMs over on that side.
Slide in.
Before we were like filtering them out, but yeah. Hit us up whenever y'all get a chance, and yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And you can find us at any of your preferred podcast services: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. I don't know if we're on Stitcher, but I'll find out and we'll update you later. But that's it from us, guys. Thank you all for tuning in for another episode, and we're out.
Peace. Wash your
Stay
hands.
in,
Wash your
stay
ass.
safe.